Ladies and gentlemen, the Barclays Premier League champions of 2016, your Leicester City! Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's hear it for your Barclays Premier League champions, Leicester City! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've just had a request from Riyad Mahrez. Apparently, there's a certain goalkeeper who wants to sing. Shall we give him the mic? Where's he going? Where's he going? Casper, don't leave us, Casper.
Champions, champions, ole, ole, champions, champions, ole, ole.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time as they make their way off the stage. The Barclays Premier League champions, Leicester City! In about 15 minutes' time, we've got something special for you. You might want to stick around.
Kasper Schmeichel leading the community singing there. I'm not sure whether he should give up his day job just yet. We need him for the next season. Joining me here on the platform, overlooking this extraordinary view of all these smiling faces, watching that trophy glinting in the sunshine, is Arlo White, who's a former BBC colleague of mine from his Radio 5 Live days and now works for the American broadcaster NBC. But Arlo, you're Leicester born and bred. Have you ever seen anything like this?
I'm still struggling to process all of this. I went to Glastonbury for the first time in my life last summer, and this reminds me of that. We've got the sun setting behind the trees, 100,000 people of all ages, all ethnicities. Everybody is smiling. The team have just paraded the trophy. Kasper Schmeichel, as you say, has just let us sing along. What they've achieved is nothing short of staggering. They put this, and I can speak for the American audience, they put this city well and truly on the map now, globally. A 5,000 to 1 shot, who have won the what is happening.
You talk about putting Leicester on the map. It is one of those cities that, much to our annoyance, those of us who know the city, a lot of people, even in this country, couldn't tell you where it is in the East Midlands, and even more so internationally.
Yeah, and I think it's changed a little bit in recent years. The Richard III discovery was enormous for this town, who'd had Robin Hood run down their throats from neighbouring Nottingham for a few years, and the way that was handled, and I think the Mayor, Sir Peter Soulsby, played a huge part in that. So there's now a reason for people to come to Leicester as tourists. You wouldn't necessarily spend your 2-week holiday here, but you'd certainly come and visit. Then off the back of that, you've got the football team and what they've achieved here. Leicester City aren't the only sporting institution doing well. The Leicester Tigers are in the Final Four of the Rugby Premiership. They reached the European Cup semi-finals. Mark Selby's the World Snooker Champion. The Leicester Riders are British champions at basketball. And even the cricket team have started winning. So it's a real sporting city. But with the Richard III thing as well, it's put Leicester on the map, and then Kasabian have headlined Glastonbury. So this is it's a golden age for the city of Leicester. And I think the city has come of age. And I think people now are proud to say that they come from this town.
When you were working for the BBC, like the rest of us, you have to be unbiased. You're not supposed to express any preference for any political party or a sporting team. You may have managed it back in the days when Leicester weren't doing so well, but have you managed it this season?
It was never a problem because they used to lose most of the time, I suppose. But my job, and particularly after 10 years at the BBC and having objectivity be the watchword, it's been an interesting experience because I've had a front row seat for the greatest tale ever told in English football. And, Nottingham Forest winning the European Cup twice was brilliant, and Derby County winning the league in the 70s was excellent, and the Busby Babes. English football is so rich with stories, and this is the latest chapter. But I found that when I was commentating on games, it was the easiest part of the week because I'm so used to being objective and down the line. It was the 6 days in between that I found really stressful as it got closer and closer. But the only men, really, in this whole scenario that truly believed they were going to do it. I mean, some fans may say that they were totally confident, but it's the 18 or 20 players, the coaching staff, and Claudio Ranieri, their redoubtable spirit, that this band of brothers that never question themselves in the light of a good effort by Spurs to try and topple them towards the end, and the big clubs with the reputations. They truly believed from day one, I think, they were going to do this, and I think it's just magnificent.
It lends itself to cliche and also to poetry, doesn't it? How have you explained it to an American audience then, who, yes, they might understand soccer more than they used to, but might not understand the achievement of a club like Leicester winning the Premier League?
Well, they like a Cinderella story in sport in America, and I think once it permeated through the hardcore Premier League fans, of which there are many, and the audience is growing all the time. This is a great time to be involved in soccer in the United States. You go to any downtown area and the bars are absolutely packed with Arsenal shirts, Chelsea shirts, Liverpool shirts. But there are new people coming to the game all the time, so we have to educate them about the sport of football, the history of English football. But then we had to tell everyone about this Leicester place. And what was all this about? These fearless foxes. So it's been great not only to tell the story of the Premier League this season and for the past 3 seasons, but to educate people on the city of Leicester and the football club.
Arlo, don't go too far. We might need you back again.
Sure.
Let me just, before you go, what do you think the next bit of the story is going to be then? Because it's not just facing the likes of Manchester United and Chelsea, it's those huge European teams, isn't it?
The countdown to the Champions League group draw is on, isn't it? I just still can't believe they've won it by 10 points. But Claudio Ranieri said something very interesting. They've come this far. If a player gets an offer and they want to leave, I don't want unhappy players here. They're free to go with my blessing. But having said that, please stay for 1 more year. I think it would be, maybe it's the old romantic in me, I know this is a hard-nosed business. I think it would be magnificent if this group of players who are so tight together, such great friends and colleagues who've gone to battle week on week and created history in the way they have done, if they stay together until at least the end of a Champions League run next year. Now, whether that's the group stage and they leave in January, or the last 16 or the quarterfinals, or whatever this incredible team can do, and then, go off off to the four corners of the world and come back every 10 years for the reunions and have the statue unveilings, because they will never have it as good as they've had it here. This will be the peak of a lot of their careers. But if they could just stay, and N'Golo Kante is the worried because apparently he's got this clause in his contract, if someone bids £20 million he can go. But if they just stay and see this story through, I think it'd be incredible.
A few people are starting to make their way home, and what makes me wonder is, what are they all going to feel like tomorrow morning? Although don't go too far, but let me just remind you that you're watching these extraordinary pictures from Victoria Park in Leicester, where fans have turned out. We reckon there could be 100,000 people here tonight in this evening sunshine. We've just seen that magnificent trophy, the Premier League trophy, lifted on the stage, glinting in the sunshine. All of the team were presented to the fans, along with Claudio Ranieri, having made their way through the city on those 4 open-top double-decker buses. You couldn't have asked for better weather for it. Everywhere you look, smiling faces, flags are waving. And then we got to hear from some of the players. Jamie Vardy talked us through those extraordinary goals that he scored this season to set that record. And then we got to hear from Wes Morgan, the team captain.
At the start of the season, you look around the dressing room, you see all these players. Did you ever think you'd be standing here in front of how many people? It's just been an incredible season.
No.
Thanks, Wes.
Nah, it's been an unbelievable season, you know. What we've achieved this season has been fantastic, and, you know, the boys, the staff, everyone involved with Leicester, the fans, you know, everyone's contributed to it, and it's been a fantastic season, and can't take that away from us.
Next season, of course, Champions League. Is that another dimension looking forward to?
Yeah, it's unknown territories for the boys, but, you know, we're confident. We'll put our best show on, and, you know, we're looking forward to it.
And the summer for you, you're putting your feet up watching the lads in the Euros?
Yeah, I'll have international football to play, but, yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on the boys and, you know, wishing them well.
Congratulations, Wes. It's been incredible. As a Leicester fan, unbelievable. Thank you very much. Wes Morgan!
Wes Morgan, the Leicester City captain, speaking on the stage a short while ago. Well, of course, this is the first time that Leicester City have achieved this extraordinary landmark in their 132-year history. They started the season at 5,000 to 1, and the bookmakers have paid out something like £15 million in bets that people had placed. But the man who brought them to this extraordinary point, of course, is the Italian Claudio Ranieri, and we heard from him a short time ago.
Yes, but I now enjoy today in front of all our fans. I want to say thank you to everybody, because in all the season they push behind us and they believe in us. Every time we was down 2-0, they push, they push, they push. Well done, thank you.
Claudio, you've given us some really special moments. I've been following Leicester for nearly 40 years, and it's just been amazing. First of all, the Everton game, Andrea Bocelli, that was just a special moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, Andrea called me in early Easter, and they say, I feel something, I want to come there. I want to live what happened in Leicester, because there are a lot of energy. And when we work with him on the pitch, he felt something special. It's great emotion, and it was a great emotion for everybody else.
And the Chelsea match, of course, yesterday, you returned to your old stomping ground, former champions against the new champions. There was a presentation, and at one point, the Leicester fans were singing "Stand Up for the Champions," and the whole of Stamford Bridge stood up and applauded. It was an incredible moment, wasn't it?
Yes, it was an amazing moment, and for me it was fantastic, because maybe the fans of Chelsea don't forget me, and that is very, very important.
Now, next season, Champions League. Looking forward to it?
Yes, Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. Don't wake up.
Claudio Ranieri, the Leicester City manager, who took them all out for pizza when they'd won the Premier League title. Well, joining me here on the platform overlooking the crowds and the stage is Ian Stringer, who's a sports journalist from BBC Radio Leicester, and Arlo White is still here, formerly of BBC Radio 5 Live, now with the American broadcaster NBC. Both of them Leicester boys, both of them